Good afternoon, SFL Nation. After 12 weeks of grueling action, it's time for the playoffs. We are live from Estadio Azteca in Mexico City as the number 1 seed Mexico City Aztecs host the Houston Hyenas in a 1v4 match in the Western Conference Semifinals. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo, joined after a week of absence by James Richards. James, how you doing today?
I am doing much better, Michael. I'm so happy to be here. So pumped to see this matchup today.
Aztecs and Hyenas lineups scrolling across your screen. We'll get to the detailed lineups after the game begins, but right now, let's send it down to the field for the coin toss.
You know, Michael, I think both of these teams have the cleanest uniforms in the league. Like, I love the way these uniforms look.
Looks like it's going to be black on white mostly today. We'll get to your detailed uniform report later. But the ball is on the tee. The crowd is fired up. Everybody is ready. And it's game on here from Estadio Azteca. Ball is taken at the 10-yard line, went up to the 20, 25, 30, hit and dropped at the 30-yard line. That was Devin Cabrera on the return, and Matt Wilson will lead his offense onto the field. Looking for his first, Mexico City looking for their first playoff win in the city down south. As on the first play from scrimmage, he'll line up in the shotgun. Two receivers far side. He'll hand it off to Bentley, and Bentley goes up the middle and gets 5 yards. And that's how this game begins.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of the run game today. Ray Bentley coming in second in the league in rushing yards. 2,043 rushing yards, 15 rushing touchdowns on the season. His counterpart today, William Choice, coming in at 1,541 with 17 rushing touchdowns.
You see the starters scrolling across your screen as Wilson gets blown up in the backfield, and he'll go all the way back to the 30-yard line. Coming up the middle was big number 65, Kit Moore, the defensive tackle. He'll look to get involved early and often today as this Hyenas defense tries to shut down one of the higher scoring offenses in the SFL. Offset eye on 3rd down and 7. Only 4 down linemen. Wilson back to throw. All day, finally has to scramble, steps up in the pocket, and he escapes another tackle.
My.
He's going to run for it, and he's going to get the first down out across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Matt Wilson showing his...
like Houdini.
Putting on them new shoes right there.
Well, let's get to some keys to the game for Mexico on offense. We already talked about him, but Bentley has to have a better game than he did last week versus Alaska. He only had 59 yards on 2.7 yards per carry. That's down towards the season lows. As Wilson's going to throw on 1st down, he dumps it over the middle. That pass is complete for a gain of 4 yards. As Cale Barrett makes his first catch of the day.
You know, Michael, one of my favorite parts about Mexico City is how diverse they are offensively. If Ray Bentley's having an off day, Matt Wilson's fully capable of carrying the load. He's got one of the better touchdown-to-interception ratios in the league, and he's thrown for over 3,000 yards.
Bentley up the middle again. He'll get to right at midfield, and it'll be 3rd down and 3. And on the subject of Matt Wilson, last week he picked up the slack that Bentley left for him. He looked like a world beater. 26 of 36, 348, and 2 touchdowns. But he's facing a much better pass defense this week in the Hyenas. Here we go on 3rd down. Bentley hit in the backfield, and down he goes. Joachim Rose makes a big tackle and stops the Mexico drive in their own territory.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a safety blitz there, but you saw the free safety coming in on the outside. stopping the runner in the backfield, taking us to 4th down.
Cole Varner. No, that's the kicker. The punter for Mexico City is Alex Lopez, and he boots this one away. Caught just in front of the 10-yard line and dropped almost immediately. A couple of black shirts on there to make the tackle. We'll get to your uniform update for the hometown Mexico City Aztecs. All black today. Black helmets, black jerseys, black pants, white numbers with white and red trim and black socks. For the visiting Houston Hyenas, black helmets and white everything else. White jerseys, white pants, black numbers with black and red trim. The quarterback for Houston is Cody Cantrell, and he goes under center, and he'll give to William Choice, his running back, on the first down from scrimmage, and he gets a lot of yards up near the 40. Good blocking in front of William Choice, and a big gain on first down.
You know, Michael, I think this is going to be very important for Houston if they want to have a shot at winning this game, getting the ball into Choice's hands, taking the ball out of Cody Cantrell's hands. You saw that stat pop up on the screen. Cantrell, 7 touchdowns, 25 interceptions in the last 5 games. And that's pretty on par with what he's done all season long. So,
well, William Choice, 280 carries, over 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns are coming into the year as that pass from Cantrell is caught over the middle. Corey Sims makes his first catch of the day right at the logo, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 as Houston continues to move the ball. We'll look at the offense for Houston. The quarterback is number 10, Cody Cantrell. The running back is number 25, William Choice. The wide receivers are number 11, Corey Sims, number 80, DR Sim, and number 84, Jamari Mito, as Choice goes up the middle again and gets a first down up towards midfield. For the Mexico City defense, the cornerbacks are number 21, Malcolm Smith, number 24, King Wallace. The safeties are number 25, Devin Cabrera, and number 29, Pablo Zamora. The linebacker is number 42, Jack Brown. And they do employ a star kicker, that's Cole Varner. Cantrell to throw on first down, bobbled in the backfield and dropped by Mike Allen. That's the backup fullback. Not sure why the swing pass was going out to him, but he bobbled it, and it's 2nd and 10.
It'll be interesting to keep our eyes on this offensive formation we just saw out of Mexico City. It forced Houston into a 5-2 there, so it'll be interesting to see what passing and run plays they pull out of that one.
2nd down and 10. First time they've had a 2nd down in more than 5 on this drive. From their own 49-yard line, Cantrell back to pass. Pressure coming off the edge. Gets the pass away deep down the middle. That pass is hauled in at the 30. What a catch there by Jamari Mito, making his impression felt early. Makes the catch in between 3 defenders. Great catch. Zamora brought him down at the end of it, but it's a first down and 10 for the Houston Hyenas from the Mexico City 29-yard line. Weather today, 70 degrees and partly cloudy. Perfect football weather. Cantrell back to pass, and he dumps it off to Choice on the screen, makes a couple of spin moves, and gets 6 or 7 yards up past the 25-yard line. James, you still there? I haven't heard from you in a second.
Oh, yeah, I'm just taking in the game, Mike.
All right.
Monitoring the chat, make sure we don't have any hooligans over there. By the way, we have 27 people watching. Go ahead and hit the like button for us. Every like helps the league further its message.
Cantrell on 2nd and 4 goes to the corner, and that pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jamari Mito again. No, it was caught. He dragged the toes. Forgive me, it's kind of hard to see down there on that far sideline. So 3rd down and inches. Looking to go back to Choice here, probably.
Yeah, I think that would be the best bet moving forward. If you're Houston, just keep giving the ball to Choice.
I formation with a strong set left side. They'll give the ball a choice on that left side, and he squirts through, makes a couple of men miss in the backfield, gets down to the 15-yard line, and he's inside the SFL red zone for the first time today. William Choice doing well here on this first drive. Aztecs do have the league's worst run defense, so look for William Choice to be a big part of the offense today as Houston looks to pull off the upset. Trips to the near side now. First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Ball is snapped. Cantrell, good pocket, throws out near side. That ball is through the hands of number 81, Willie Mays Hayes. That's a mouthful. The backup tight end. No, the backup wide receiver, excuse me. And he dropped that ball at the 10-yard line.
I believe he's the fourth receiver on the roster.
Yeah, because they have 3-star receivers.
Yeah, he's pretty far down the depth chart.
Now they'll spread it out on second down and 10. 2 receivers each side with a man in the backfield, and he'll get the ball. And he gets hit and falls forward for 2 yards. Great defensive play there. Let's see if I can grab a number. That's 42. That's Jack Brown, the outside linebacker, making his first tackle of the night.
Yeah, really good play there by Jack Brown. There was a lot of space. If he didn't make that play, Choice might have been in for 6.
2 drop passes by non-star players early in this game. You saw one on the swing pass and then one on the corner route. I formation on third down and 9. Cantrell over the middle to the end zone. It's picked off in the back of the end zone. Big pick. Devin Cabrera. Mexico gets the ball back.
Yeah, this is what we talked about early on. When we were talking about Cody Cantrell's stats, this is his MO. This is what he does. They throw the ball quite a bit, and his interception touchdown ratio definitely shows there. He's got to take better care of the ball, or Houston's just going to have to give the ball to Choice all day.
That is Cabrera's 8th interception on the season. And Bentley gets the ball on first down from the 20. Powers forward through the first level of defense for 6 yards. Well, we'll only give him the 5 yards when he's knee touched. Moving down to 3:30 remaining in this first quarter. No score. You're watching the SFL playoffs on YouTube. Second down and 5 from right on the 25-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near. The running back is Bentley. Under center goes Wilson. Wilson back to pass. Pressure coming off the edge. Gets the pass away towards the corner, and it's incomplete. That pass defended very well by Aaron Arrington.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get it out there to K.L. Barrett, who's a gold star receiver here for the Aztecs.
4 down lineman and an under center Wilson. Wilson takes the snap, deep drop, looks to throw, throws to the corner right at the sticks, and that pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 5, and Houston gets another stop. This time it's a 3 and out.
Yeah, Houston's coming in with the 5th best defense on yards allowed, or yards per game, sorry. 1st in yards allowed, 3rd in points allowed. So this is a very stout defense that Mexico City's coming up against. This is exactly the recipe that Houston needs to employ. Now I think they just got to get back to the ground game. It seems like Mexico City's having a hard time stopping Choice. So
kind of a wide snap for the puncher there, Lopez. That kick is fielded at the 35, then rumbled down just a couple of yards later is the return man, Corey Sims. And we talk about mindsets of teams a lot coming into games. You can't get much worse than Houston coming into this game. Last week of the season, with seeding on the line, lost 55-0 to San Antonio. And now coming into this game as Cantrell pumps and goes down back inside the 30-yard line. Great pressure up the middle. 91. I've lost him. I've lost my rosters.
I'd be curious to see, talk to the Houston owners and coaches. I've always known them to be very upbeat, very positive people. They've made it far into the playoffs before. They were in a championship game a few seasons back. So it'd be interesting to see how they handled the slide.
Cantrell deep down the sideline. That pass is picked off again. That is a big interception. And that's King Wallace gets his pick. 2 picks in 4 offensive plays for the Houston Hyenas. And you talked about it at the top of the broadcast about Cantrell's really pretty terrible interception to touchdown ratio.
Yeah, he came into the game. Yeah, coming into the game, Cantrell with a 73.9 QBR, 17 touchdowns, 32 interceptions, 34 now.
Well, here we go again. Wilson back to pass, flares it out to Bentley. He's got some running room to the 50, and he is hit just shy of the 50. Not even sure he made the first down there. He got trucked. But he was in all sorts of space when he made the catch. He got trucked by Aaron Arrington coming up from the corner spot.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Houston's electing to throw the ball so much. King Wallace coming in at 10th in interceptions with 8 on the season, 9 now with that last pick. And Devin Cabrera coming in at 12th with 7 on the season.
To Bentley on 2nd and inches, and he splits the defense and gets all the way inside the 40. Averaging 5 yards a carry. It took Waheem Rose, the free safety, to bring him down. This is just great blocking up front.
Yeah, I really like what Mexico City's doing here. They've always put the Bronze Bomber in a good position. It's probably why his interception to touchdown ratio is so good. And then the fact that they rely on Bentley so heavily.
They'll give it to Bentley again. This time he is dropped back at the 40-yard line, loss of 2. Good penetration there on the right side for the Hyenas defense. And Kit Moore gets his second big stop of the game.
Yeah, Kit Moore.
On Wednesday, October 25th, the biggest game of the season, the SFL Championship game, will be on the biggest stage for electronic entertainment. Twitch.tv will be on the front page. That's Wednesday, October 25th. Do not miss it, as Bentley gets the carry on 2nd and 12 and gets up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, big news coming out of the league front office. Making plays. They rebranded. The new logo looks fantastic. So shout out to Ryan Motes and Cam for doing that. It looks beautiful. And then getting on the front page of Twitch. I know that was a team effort, so good job all around for the league offices.
Wilson under pressure, and down he goes. It's a sack for Houston back at the 37-yard line. Stop made by the non-contract defensive end Carter Haley. And another stop for Houston's defense. That's the end of the first quarter. No score. You're watching the SFL playoffs on YouTube. Stay with us. Back here in Mexico City, Estadio Azteca, as the punt team is on again for Mexico City. They have done nothing but punt on offensive possessions so far. Lopez to kick from right at midfield. They almost got there, but he got the punt away. That's going to bounce inside the 10, down to the 1, and go into the end zone.
Well, good hustle there.
Joey Gonzalez, the non-star corner, could not keep that one in play. And Houston will start from the 20-yard line. I have written here under my keys to the game is find DR Sim for Houston on offense. It'll give them an outlet so they, just don't have to run with choice all the time. But they haven't been doing it. They've been spreading the ball around. And here we go again. This time in the flat to... excuse me. This time in the flat to Choice, and he picks up 2 yards. Sim's been their most consistent set of hands all season.
Yeah, DR Sim coming in 4th overall, 75 receptions, 1,339 yards and only 6 receiving touchdowns. That's a little shocking, but still really solid stats on the year.
Second down and 7, Choice up the middle. Gets a hole, gets a spin move, gets a perch down past the 30, and it takes a whole host of black shirts to bring him down at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, I think Houston's realizing, like, okay, our quarterback, Cody, he's thrown a couple picks. We got to calm him down. Let's just feed the workhorse here. And Choice, rewarding him for it.
Continuing to go with the I formation. Mexico stacking the box, but they only bring 3, and they dump it off to Choice, and he's hit short of the line of scrimmage by 52. Daniel Garcia. Choice leads the league in all-purpose yards with almost 2,100. Been one of the most consistent performers in the league. I can think of only a couple other ones. Kyle Walsh and Mac Wavy Jr., but Choice gets stuffed there after only 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9. So Houston facing their first kind of big 3rd down of the game. 3rd and 9, just inside the their own 30-yard line. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near. Empty backfield for Cody Cantrell. Changes the play. Pressure coming up the middle. Dumps it off short of the line again, and it's dropped anyway. It's the non-star wide receiver again, Willie Mays Hayes, could not bring that ball down. And that's 3 drops now by non-star players when they should have really caught the ball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, if Cody Cantrell gets out of this game with only 2 picks, or if it's going to be a long day for him. It's already proving to be a fairly long day here. The punters are getting plenty of work.
Only the first punt of the game for the Houston punter, Brian Adams.
Oh, that's right, because Cody's thrown 2 picks. Yeah.
And he'll punt from his own 20-yard line. The ball is in the air. Caught by Cabrera. Spin move gets him out to just shy of the 40-yard line. And that is where Mexico City will start their next drive. So the offense is not doing much today. Once again, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo, joined in the booth by James Richards, calling my first SFL playoff game today. I'm really excited to be a part of this league and seeing the direction it's been going forward. Under center on 1st and 10. The give to Bentley, and Bentley drags the defender. That was Kit Moore. Drug him for about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
I have written down here, Kit Moore coming in with 7 sacks. That puts him in, I think that was tied for 6th in the league. And, man, he's been a beast today, already having his name called a couple times. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep the pressure up as the game goes on.
3 receivers to the top side. Wilson going to look that way, but it's for Bentley in the flat. And he's going to get up near the 1st down marker. Let's see if they give it to him. He was pushed out of bounds by Blake Chance, the safety. And excuse me, that was not... that was Bentley. Sorry. 27 on 27. They're making the tackle. 3rd down and inches again. The last time they did this, they got a 1st down with Bentley, but Wilson in the shotgun here. He'll give it on the draw to Bentley running outside. He's tripped up. He fell forward, and it's going to be 4th down. He did not get there.
Yeah, really good pressure there, allowing the second level of Houston's defense to get up onto the line of scrimmage and stop Bentley short.
And do we see Lopez again here? Do they go for it on 4th and inches? We're going to go for it on 4th and inches. They might just be trying to draw the offsides, though. We'll see as the play clock ticks down. And it looks like they're just going to go with the hard count. Although I might probably want to see him go for it. The defense has been playing well enough, and Bentley can get a yard any day, but they will call the timeout. 7:17 to go 2nd quarter. Mexico City will use its first one and then punt from just on inside their own half.
Yeah, I think I prefer when teams try to do the hard count towards the end of the half rather than doing it in the first quarter. So I think that's okay. I don't think that's something that's gonna, bite Mexico City later down the half.
Mexico City has had a kind of an up and down year, but they did end up with the number 1 seed. They won their first, I think it was 4 or 5 games, and then lost 4 of their next 5, and then won their last couple of games leading into the playoffs. That punt is almost got to again. That's 2 in a row. Fielded as a fair catch inside the 20-yard line by Sims. And that's where Houston will start with the football.
Yeah, Mexico City started strong out of the gate. They really looked like the team to beat coming out of the West, and then they had some difficulties there and, made us question, like, okay, well, is Houston the team to beat now? Is Alaska the team to beat? Well, and then you had Vancouver surging all the way from the bottom of the league or the conference, and so it's just been a great year for football in the West.
Choice on the right side. Here he could go. He's got one man to beat, and he will be... Oh, he broke a tackle at the 40, to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Put it on the board. Houston strikes first through Choice.
That was a primetime move, and then he did a little primetime shuffle at the end there. Huge run there by William Choice.
That was, an 83, 84-yard run? That was impressive. Broke 2 big tackles at the end. 2 people had a shot at him. Notably, Jack Brown, the linebacker, but he could not bring him down, and Houston has the 6-0 lead.
That is the recipe for success for Houston here. Great defense and run the ball. They got to keep it up.
On to attempt the extra point. His first kick of the day is David Griffin. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good. So, with 6:58 to go, second quarter, it's Houston 7, Mexico nothing. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube. Stay with us.
Big shout out to everybody in the chat. We got DeAndre Noel, Aaron Arrington, Bentley, Ray, Alex Bond, the Orupturatin. That's a tough one. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. We got 28 people watching us now.
Cabrera runs to the 30, and then he is hauled down right there by Jenrick Woodson. Mexico City, you feel, has to get something on offense. They've been doing nothing so far today.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to take the training wheels off. Let Matt Wilson sling the ball a little bit more, especially, if Houston gets another touchdown and they go down to 14-0, that could be troublesome for Mexico City, who generally likes to protect Matt Wilson.
3 receivers to the top side as Wilson goes under center on first down. He'll throw. Pressure coming. He gets it out towards Bentley, but the pass was way in front of him and incomplete. Just giving you an update on the games today. We've got a quadruple header of SFL playoff action. You're watching Houston at Mexico City. Coming up at around 3 Central, 4 Eastern, Colin and Rick Northup have the call from Buffalo, New York, as Queen City Corsairs host the Chicago Wildcats. 2nd down and 10. The give is to Bentley. He is hitting the backfield, but he keeps going. And he is run down after a gain of 2 or 3. William Choice took the rushing lead in this game in a big way, now up to 126 yards with that 82-yard touchdown scamper. Bentley still wallowing in the shallows at 58 yards.
Yeah, he kind of turned the game on its head. It was a pretty solid defensive matchup we had going, and then he just busted out.
Here's Bentley again. He's going to get a first down and more up towards the 50-yard line. And it once again was it was Carson Delahart bringing him down as the last man in the second layer. And number 22 there, Andres Tovar, missed that block, and he gets hauled down. Just over 5 minutes to go, first half here. First down and 10. as the Houston defense switches to man coverage. Wilson to Bentley. Trucks a man and gets free up the sideline. 40, 30, 20, 10, 15, 5. Put it on the board. The running backs trade impressive touchdowns, and we're an extra point away from being tied.
Yeah, great run there by Bentley. He says, you know what, William Choice? If you can bust out a long one, I certainly can too. Ray Bentley not letting his team down, coming in huge as we close in here on the first half. 5:28 to go in the second quarter.
That run to me was almost more impressive because he needed to get to his top speed faster to break away from the defense. And once he hit that top speed, he was gone.
Yeah, really, really great run there. And I think this is the right way to approach this game. Both teams relying on their defense and taking the ball. Well, I mean, Houston, now they're taking it out of the quarterback's hands. But both teams kind of protecting their quarterbacks, letting their running backs do all the heavy lifting.
As Cole Varder puts this one through where it's a tie ball game. 5:28 to go first half. Mexico City 7, Houston 7. This is the SFL playoffs on YouTube.
Yeah, the SFL gods have gifted us with quite a game here, Michael.
I concur there. If the running backs keep doing this, it's going to be a fun show.
It's my favorite style of football, just running backs just going beast mode.
Take it from inside the 5 up to the 20, running right side, and he gets hit down just shy of the 25-yard line. Sim, not the best returner. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, please consider joining our Discord community. A lot of great people in there that will help you get to learn everything about the SFL. Continuing on from my earlier point about the upcoming quarterfinal schedule, at around 5 Central, 6 Eastern, the commissioner, Cameron Irvine, will be on the call with Damon Simeon for the other Western game. That's Vancouver at Alaska. And not to be outdone, almost breaking through again, is William Choice. Oh, my goodness. Took a last-second tackle to bring him down as he once again broke 2 or 3 tackles. He was eventually brought down by Joey Gonzalez, the backup corner. So first down and 10 for the Houston Hyenas just past the 40-yard line. Clock kicking down under 5 minutes to go. Choice gets it again. Spin move, and he's hit and dragging defenders with him. Gets about 6 or 7 yards. William Choice going beast mode in this first half.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters how this game ends for Houston. I think Choice has earned himself a contract extension this year. That guy's been playing out of his mind all season long, and he's coming up big today so far.
He has been single-handedly keeping Houston in games all season. He'll get the ball again on 2nd and 5. Breaks a tackle, spin move, gets outside, and he gets close to another first down up near midfield.
Yeah, he's playing possessed. I mean, you're seeing he's just doing the finesse, the power, the speed. I mean, he's just doing everything. Spinning, putting his shoulder down, stiff-arming. These guys are having a really hard time bringing him down.
Yeah, the final game, the nightcap out of the East. Atlanta Swarm at Tallahassee Pride. That's with Andy Hamilton and Shane Varner at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Cantrell on to throw on first down. That's complete over the middle to DR Sim. And I mentioned getting the ball into Sim's hands, and he makes, I think, what is his second catch of the day. Second down and 4, and Mexico jump offside. It's going to be a first down either way. That pass to the sideline is incomplete. Intended for Sim. Again, it's going to be a first down because of the penalty. These
Moises
teams have
Avila.
met... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Moises Avila jumping off sides there.
These teams have met once in the regular season. That was 3 weeks ago, back in Week 10. Houston beat Mexico City 31-24, but that was in Houston. And we are seeing a completely opposite game of what we saw there. First down and 10 into Mexico City territory at the 38-yard line.
Alex, to answer your question, he's a $12 million running back.
And that is passes complete on the outside, and fighting for the first down is Corey Sims, and he gets there. First down and 10 for Houston. Houston has Sims and Sim. I will get those mixed up at some point.
You know, I thought they were brothers until you just said that. I was like, oh, okay, now they're not from the same family. Got it.
Mexico City stacking the box on first down. They'll give it the choice anyway. Spins out of one tackle, but he is met at the 30-yard line. Loss of 4. That is Jack Brown and Alan Romero combining to make a tackle, and we have reached the 2-minute warning here in this exciting first half between Houston and Mexico City.
Yeah, Moises Avila redeeming himself there, jumping off sides, and then he was the first guy to make contact there with Choice on that last play. Not doing too bad for a non-contract.
I spy an Andy Hamilton in the chat. Good afternoon, Andy. Empty set on second down and 12 for Cantrell. Only a 3-man rush gets the ball out over the middle. That pass is incomplete. Intended for DR Sim. Well defended by King Wallace.
Congratulations to Andy, the Vancouver Legion, getting to the playoffs in their first ever season in the SFL. So congrats to him. Sure, he's excited for today's action.
His game is the game I'm going to be looking forward to the most later in the day. Cantrell to throw on 3rd and 12. Goes near side. That pass is caught, but Jamari Mito could not pick up first down yards. It'll be 4th down and 5, and probably out will come the kicking unit here. Interesting play call on 3rd down.
Yeah, you know, I think the Alaska-Vancouver game is going to be pretty exciting. Tom Pepper, I think the game will really revolve around how Tom Pepper plays. If he has a good game, I think Vancouver will do well. If Alaska's defense shows up and gives them a little bit of trouble and is able to keep Yvonne Sanchez down, then I think Vancouver might be in trouble.
The snap was a little low, but the kick is away, and David Griffin puts this 38-yarder right down Main Street as Houston takes a 10-7 lead with just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
Well, there's enough time here, minute 48. Let's see if Mexico City can get into field goal position. They've got a bronze kicker. The kid's got a leg on him. So if they get it anywhere near the 35, I imagine that's a makeable range for him.
From the 10-yard line, Cabrera runs out towards the 30, gets a spin move, drags a defender, and gets out to the 32-yard line. Ran a long way for only 2 yards. But he does pick him up. I had a point, and now it's gone. I casted the Mexico City game last week when they were up in the battle for first place against Alaska, and when they turn on the speed, this team can play as fast as any in the league. So maybe look for some no-huddle action here towards the end of the first. Wilson on the slant, or the anti-slant, out to Dion Swan. That's his first catch of the game. 2nd down and 5. I don't think anti-slant is a thing. I just made that up.
It sounded good. We'll go with it. Part of the hustle is making it sound like it's supposed to be there.
2 backs behind Wilson on 2nd down. Bentley gets the ball. He'll rumble forward past the 40. 3rd down and 1, and here comes some of that up-tempo offense from Mexico City. Minute 4 to go is the snap. Wilson looking over the middle, pass complete. A big catch for K.O. Barrett, and they're inside Houston territory to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, the Bronze Bomber hanging in there. Took a shot, sidearmed the ball, but delivered it.
50 seconds on the snap. Still no timeout used. Down the middle, picked off! Houston takes it away! Coming back the other way, and a big pick there.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Blake Chance took it away, and that stops the Mexico City drive.
You know, a little bit of a head scratcher here. Mexico City still had 2 timeouts remaining. Plenty of time. I'm not really sure why they went no huddle and forced it across the middle there. Houston's been sitting back in cover 3, and cover 3 just destroys post routes. So I'm not sure. That was an interesting play call there.
(10-7). Houston now with the ball back, 37 seconds to go. Cantrell steps to the pocket, throws a bullet that is caught right at midfield, and Houston uses a timeout. What a catch there by Sim.
Well, I definitely think the momentum is shifting towards Houston right now. The crowd kind of silenced here in Mexico City. Just waiting on their team to turn it on here.
Houston wants more points. 33 seconds to go. They're at midfield. I guess 20 more yards and...
You know, I think this is Mexico City's style, though. They historically start the games pretty slow, and then they make their second half adjustments, and they close out strong. So Houston's going to need the points, I think, to pad the lead here.
Choice makes a spin move, makes a man look silly as he goes down the sideline. 20, 15, 10, breaks a tackle and gets down to the 5. Houston burns their second timeout. William Choice going beast mode again.
Man, this guy is just putting Houston on his back and saying, you know, I'll carry you as well as all the Mexico City defenders.
He made someone look ridiculous diving at air right at the line of scrimmage. I couldn't see who that was, and maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, you know, we're up in the booth, and I think he broke my ankles on that one.
Houston looking to extend the lead. 22 seconds to go in the first half. Cantrell to throw out of a heavy set. He swings it deep, short rather, and that pass is caught. Mike Allen, the fullback on the reception, second down and goal from the 1. And the fullback is still in Allen. Let's see if they give it a choice. No, it's Cantrell. He's under pressure. He throws to the back of the end zone and throws it out of the back of the end zone. 3 seconds left to go in the half. Third down and goal from the 1.
You know, that was a little scary there for Houston. Cantrell has already shown today he hasn't made the best decisions. And then you get pressure in his face and he has to roll. But good decision there by Cantrell, just throwing it out the back of the end zone, stopping the play clock and setting him up for a field goal opportunity.
All right, from the 10-yard line, it'll be a 20-yard chip shot as Griffin puts this one right down Main Street. That is the end of the first half. We've got more football action on the other side of the break. This is the SFL Playoffs on YouTube. Stay with us. Welcome back to Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. The SFL quarterfinals. The upset-minded Houston Hyenas have the lead going into the second half. Michael Truilo, James Richards back with you in the booth as the Houston Hyenas will get the ball in the second half. Cole Varner has the ball on the tee, and the game is back on here. Ball taken from inside the 5 as Sims falls forward to about the 29-yard line, and that is where Houston will start. James, I noticed the stats at halftime, and it's amazing. William Choice is leading the Houston team in both major offensive categories.
Yeah, not shocking. Really coming out possessed. He is the main difference while Houston has almost a 100-yard lead going in against Mexico City here. Going
and he'll
into
get the ball again on the swing pass, and he makes another man miss a tackle and gets a first down up near the 40.
Yeah, and Choice, he's had to do this, right? 2 huge Houston turnovers, but yet the time of possession's equal, about 10 minutes apiece, 10 and some odd change apiece for each team, and Houston's still outgaining Mexico City by almost 100 yards. That's remarkable.
And I think the biggest story from the first half with how Mexico City has some points at the season scored points at will was the Houston defense making Mexico City punt, I think, 4 times.
Yeah, with the way Mexico City has been playing, or Houston rather has been playing the last couple weeks, it's good to see that they stayed focused. They've come out with a strong defense, but they've given up some points this season. And so for the fact that they've had some rough games, but they still come in with one of the highest rated defenses in the league, that's pretty remarkable.
Joyce got about 2 yards on first down. He'll get the ball out of the eye on second down, running right side. Spin move does not get away from the tackle this time as Malcolm Smith brings him down. That's the first time we've called Smith's name today.
Yeah, people, we're seeing Alex Bond said Mexico City's defense is playing flat right now. Well, this has kind of been Mexico City's story all season long, coming in, allowing the 15th in yards allowed. So they give up a ton of yards per game.
They'll spread it out now on third down and 6. A bit of a high snap, corralled by Cantrell, goes over the middle, and that pass is incomplete as the receiver got drilled when he was trying to make the catch. Reminder, this is the first of 4 games today, all on the SFL Network on YouTube. We ran you through the matchups in the first half. We'll run you through them again as we get closer to the end of this contest. So the punt team comes on the field, led by punter Brian Adams. He'll punt from his own 30-yard line. Oh, yeah. These punts have been close to being blocked all day. No fair catch and only a 3-yard gain by Cabrera up to the 26-yard line. 24-yard line. And that is where Mexico City will start their first drive of the second half, needing a spark on offense, you think?
Yeah, they come in, Mexico City comes in second in the league with points per game, averaging 34.5 points per game. And, they come in fourth with yards per game, 434 yards per game. So it's really, really interesting that they're struggling so much on offense right now. But I think that's more of a credit to Houston just playing great defense.
Wilson from the pocket throws near side. That pass is complete to Montague. He picks up 7 yards. We saw the stat going across the screen just a second ago that Houston gives up the least amount of points among playoff teams, but they also score the least amount of points among playoff teams. And so we kind of got what we expected out of this game, a low-scoring defensive contest.
Yeah, I think as the season went on, Cantrell's interceptions.
Oh, the fumble! The ball is out, and who got it? It looks to be Houston's ball as Big 55 Carson Delahart falls on the football. Emmanuel Gonzalez fell on the football. Who punched it? No, Gonzalez punched the ball out, and Delahart fell on it. What a play there by the Houston defense. We're talking about them doing really well in the first half, limiting Mexico to 7 points, and now they forced their second turnover, and they got the ball back in Mexico territory.
That is so uncharacteristic of Ray Bentley. He hasn't fumbled all year long, and then for him to give up a fumble there with almost 2,000 yards rushing, almost 300 carries this season, no fumbles, and then to give it up like that in a playoff game, that's tough. That's a heartbreaker there.
Sim catches a 6-yard pass on first down. It'll be second down and 4. If Houston scores a touchdown here, they could really grind the boat in with the way their defense has been playing.
Yeah, it would really force Mexico City kind of out of their comfort zone.
Up the middle goes Choice, and he gets close to the first down marker. It'll be third down and 1.
Yeah, it would put a lot of pressure on the Bronze Bomber, Matt Wilson. Mexico City plays a really balanced play style. They really like to protect him. It's the reason why his touchdown-interception ratio is so good. His QBR is so high. It's in the 90s. But if Houston scores here, they're going to have to really, really test out how good Matt Wilson is here.
Well, here's Choice. He got wrapped up in the backfield, but once again, he fell forward, and I think he picked up the first down. No! They're saying he didn't get it. He did not get it. It'll be fourth down and 1. What a stop made there by Mauricio Zita.
Yeah, this, to me, I would have challenged that all day long if you're Houston. I think it's worth the timeout, but it is a low-scoring game, so I can understand why you'd be a little more conservative with your timeout.
Kick is away from Griffin, and this one is right down Main Street. He's 3 of 3 on kicks today. And once again, you saw last week in the Mexico game, the kickers were the difference, and it seems to be so here as they go up 16-7.
Yeah, Houston's kicker has been pretty clutch, playing on a non-star contract, but still playing pretty well today.
Yeah, I see you guys in the chat. I did misread the stat box there. My apologies. As Cabrera takes it from the 10-yard line, spins through one would-be tackler, gets up past the 30 to the 33. Mexico City really hasn't shown much on offense today. We've talked about it like 3 times, but what do they have to do to turn it around?
Well, they were doing it. They were giving it to Bentley. That bit him in the rear end on the last drive there. Bentley, again, uncharacteristically coughed up the ball. But I think now they're just going to have to rely on Matt Wilson and try to put the ball in the air.
Here's Bentley, dragged down from behind him. It looked to be almost a horse collar tackle, but no flag flies there. And his chance gets 1 yard. Sorry. Wrong
Kip
team.
Moore.
Bentley gets 1 yard.
Yeah, Kip Moore showing up big. The gold contract for Houston, really putting in work, causing a lot of pressure up the middle for this Mexico City offensive line. And he's got a sack today, and he's got several pressures up the middle and a couple tackles for loss.
Here's Bentley again. Big hole to run through, and he rumbles, stiff arms, and gets about to the 40. It'll be third down and 4. Yes, the Houston kicker can perform, but that's because they're not playing Alaska.
I think that's more so that Alaska is so cold. And it's just windy, it's cold. I don't know if you can blame any kicker.
Cold air, that should make the ball go farther.
I don't know about that.
Big pass that he overthrew the receiver there. That pass was intended for Dijon Swan, and Wilson just rifled it too far. So another fourth down upcoming. Once again, a beautiful day for football. 70 degrees, only a few wispy clouds in the sky here. South of the border in Mexico City. Houston's going to get the ball back, up 2 scores. There's still plenty of time on the clock, but that time's going to go away pretty fast without Houston runs the football. Kick is away from the punter Lopez. That ball is taken just inside the 20 and wrapped up by a host of black jerseys is Sims at the 21-yard line. First down and 10 from the 22 for Houston. Give to Choice on first down. Big hole to run through, and he could go. He's dragged from behind, but he breaks a tackle. But the dragging slowed him down just enough for the defense to catch up. Another big run for Choice.
This guy is on fire right now. I think we can go ahead and say he's the MVP for Houston right now. He is putting in so much work on the ground, through the air, really giving Mexico City a ton of problems here.
And he never seems to go down at first contact. He's dragging defenders. He's making spin moves and stiff arms, just creating extra space himself that his blockers don't already give him.
Yeah, I mean, he looks fantastic. He looks worth every dollar of that $12 million contract.
Now he gets hit hard there on that play, as that only goes for 2 yards. Jack Brown made the hit. Second down and 9, as they'll give him 1. Both of these teams are fighting for a chance to go to the SFL Championship game on October 25th. That'll be on the front page of Twitch. Thousands of people watching, and the teams want to be on center stage. Cantrell moves in the pocket, throws over the middle. That pass is batted away.
Yeah, dangerous throw there by Cantrell. You know, if I'm Houston, I live and die by choice. I do not put the ball in Cantrell's hands. But to your previous point, yeah, that Twitch thing, that's huge for the league. Congratulations to everybody involved in the league front office. They've put in a ton of work this year. They revamped the website. They've revamped, pretty much everything graphically. Put in a ton of work. Added so many broadcasters, allowing us to broadcast essentially almost every game, virtually every game. So really hats off to them, and they deserve that Twitch front page.
Third down and 9 as Cantrell in the shotgun. He gets the pass over the middle. That pass is hauled in by Sims. What a great catch past the 40 out to the 37-yard line. Corey Sims with the Velcro gloves goes up and snags that one.
Out of all the receivers, the bronze is putting in the most work. We've got 2 silver receivers in DR Sim and Jamari Mito out of Houston, but it's the bronze receiver and Corey Sims putting in the most work today.
And Sims has done a good job of returning kicks today as well. Penalty marker on the play. That'll be against the Mexico front line, as Choice gets about 2 yards up to the 40, and it looks like they'll accept this penalty.
Neutral zone infraction, number 93, defense.
That's the second foul on Mexico today. Both neutral zone infractions, and both have hurt them. One in the first half, gave them a first down, and then Houston scored a couple plays later.
Yeah, both players jumping. At first it was Moises Avila, now it's Alan Romero. Both non-contract D linemen. And both times it's really hurt them, as you said.
So 1st and 5. Cantrell under center. Mexico City showing pressure. They'll bring pressure, but Choice almost escapes, dragged down from behind by 96. There is no 96. 98, Dorian Lopez. It's been tough sledding for both of these teams, but Houston looking to come out on top, looking to go to the semifinals. As Choice gets another one, gets another hole, gets another first down, out to the 26-yard line. 190 yards for Choice today. He will break the 200-yard mark by a lot if he continues this pace.
Yeah, and I they had all halftime to make the adjustments, but it doesn't look like they've figured it out yet. Choice just, the wheels keep on churning, right? And the Houston machine keeps on rolling. And it doesn't look like Mexico City has an answer for him.
Sometimes adjustments don't matter when a player like Choice is having a day like he's having today, and he's got another hole to run through. Picks up 3 yards before Zamora brought him down up from the safety spot.
A lot of credit goes out to the Houston offensive line. They're really getting up into the second level, really allowing Choice, these opportunities, these lanes to dash through.
Here's Choice again. Hit in the backfield and dropped all the way past the 25-yard line. This time, the Mexico City defense gets there, and it's a tackle made by Jack Brown.
To answer your question, Alex, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot, and I don't think we're anywhere near it right now. Cam will have that answer, I'm sure, but I think it's well over 300, I think.
And some part of me says it's M.A. Bosch from last year's playoffs. This pass from Cantrell is complete out to Sim, and he gets a first down inside the red zone up to the 13-yard line. DR Sim makes a big contribution there.
I'm not sure, what the rushing record is for a game in either, regular season or postseason, but I want to say there's a ridiculous yard amount. Like, there was a game and a player, I want to say, that got almost to 400 yards rushing in one game. But
real heavy set here on 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Choice under pressure. Gets the ball to Choice. Cantrell was under pressure. Choice made a one-handed catch, and King Wallace made a tackle after only about 2 yards.
That's actually Choice's backup, Mark Pittman there, number 46, getting the reception there.
I was wondering why there was no spin move or stiff arm or drag.
Hey, you're just happy he caught the ball at that point. That guy's on a minimum contract.
Also, he Cantrell had to throw the ball. It was pressure right in his face. Throws to the end zone. Open man. Touchdown. Put it on the board. Houston scores again. Sims makes the catch. And it's Houston putting Mexico City in their rearview mirror almost at this point. 22-7.
Yeah, I think if you're Mexico City here, you're not. I don't know if it's panic time yet. We're still in third quarter. We're almost to the fourth quarter, but I think you gotta throw it, and I think you've got to have success if you want to hang around this game here.
I don't know. I'd call panic time just because of how their offense has played so far, and I don't know if that's on the Mexico City offense or the Houston defense or a little bit of both.
That's insane. They just posted in the chat 424 rushing yards for one player in one game in the regular season. Insane. 424 rushing yards for one player in one game. That's insane. It's incredible.
And that's before I joined the league, so.
Is that the season where Houston went to the championship game? I believe they went to a championship game, and they did lose that game, but I'm pretty sure.
From the 10-yard line, Cabrera is stuffed before he reaches the 30. Hasn't really been doing much in the return game as 46. As that's the halfback, Mark Pickman, doing his duty on the special teams side, brings him down. A minute 16 to go, third quarter in the first SFL quarterfinal game of the year. Houston looking to move to the semifinals. They would get the winner of Vancouver, Alaska. Wilson over the middle. That pass is too far away from Montague, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, they're going to need a big second half out of Montague. Fairly quiet. I believe he only had one reception in the first half. And all these receivers for Mexico City are really going to have to step it up, because the Bronze Bomber, Matt Wilson's going to have to be chucking it here if he's going to will Mexico City back into the game here.
Offset eye on second down and 10. Wilson, deep drop under pressure, rifles it over the middle. Wide open is Montague, and he's got the 20, the 10, 5. Put it on the board. Mexico City says we will not go quietly into that night. Touchdown.
Yeah, beautiful read, beautiful post route there by Montague. Across the middle, it looked like they caught the Houston defense in a cover 2 set or a man-to-man. But Montague, showing that gold contract speed, got behind the safeties and then just turned on the afterburners all the way for a touchdown.
The Bronze Bomber threw a dime, and you had just mentioned how Montague needs to step up. Well, there's no bigger way to step up than with a 60-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, speak of the devil, and the devil shall appear. Montague just ripping that secondary apart right there.
Montague has made probably the biggest catch of the season, one of the biggest catches in SFL history. Back in the middle of the season, I think it was week 7, correct me if I'm wrong, but to beat San Antonio on that amazing Hail Mary with no time left on the clock.
Oh, that was insane. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I think that was, and again, this is a stretch here. It's the first Hail Mary for a touchdown I've seen ever. And I don't know if that's the first Hail Mary touchdown in league history. I'm not 100%.
I think from that I heard from Cam somewhere as Sim takes it out to the 25-yard line. I do believe I heard from Cam somewhere, either from talking to him or in a textual form, that it was the first walk-off Hail Mary in league history.
Yeah. It's just so hard to do. You're always going to have 3 or 4 people around you in the Hail Mary, and so for him to jump up there and snag it down, it's insane.
Twin backs to each side of Cantrell, goes far side. That pass is complete to Randy Gathers, the tight end. He gets 8 yards. Cantrell up over 200 yards passing. He has a touchdown and 2 interceptions to his name today. He's been better than a lot of us thought we would. I'm going to start that over. That was pretty terrible. He has done a lot better than some of us in the broadcast community thought he would do today.
The Bronze Bomber? I'm
talking about Cantrell.
Oh, he's quietly doing okay. I mean, he did have those 2 interceptions, but of course, when you have Choice running and catching as well as he has, he's gonna kind of bail you out. But I mean, in fairness, that's the story of every team, right? Like you need help, and there's been times where Houston's put a lot on Cantrell's plate, and he hasn't had necessarily the plays or the tools to get it done. So
we didn't mention it, but last play, Choice got stuffed on 2nd and 1. He's going to get it again on 3rd and 1. Going for the outside, and he didn't get it again. Mexico City with the speed to the outside and a big tackle for Smith as we reach the end of the 3rd quarter. This game is not over yet. Houston 23, Mexico City 14. One more quarter to go. You're watching the SFL playoffs on YouTube. Stay with us.
I think if you're Mexico City here, you got to feel relieved that you got the stop there. You're getting the ball back here. You've essentially created an extra possession because now you're getting the ball at the start of the 4th quarter, whereas had they made that, they were going to chip away. So that's pretty big here. If they can get some points, this game starts getting a little more, a little closer.
That ball is returned up past the 30 to the 33-yard line by Cabrera. I think that is the first time in a short yardage situation that Choice has been stopped on a run and not picked up either the first down or more significant yardage.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that.
First down and 10. The Bronze Bomber going deep, and he's got a man. He's got Barrett, and Barrett's got a touchdown. One play, and we're almost back level.
Interesting note here. That's the 2nd time in a row that they've caught Houston in a cover 2. This time they burn them deep on the corner route with K.L. Barrett. For whatever reason, they didn't play cover 2 very much at all. I think 1 or 2 plays in the first half. Now they come out very early, cover 2. Mexico City's got to throw the ball, and they come out in a cover 2, and they've gotten burnt both times in it. So
it's a 3-point game, and they're going to kick the extra point to make it a 2-point game as Varner lines up for this one.
We said the receivers needed to come out, and show up. Both K.L. Barrett and Montague, coming in huge these last 2 drives. We're on a 14-0 swing in favor of Mexico City. I think it's safe to say that they're turning the momentum around here. If you're Houston, you got to get out of the cover two. You gotta keep the ball in front of you. You gotta keep the clock moving. You gotta keep the ball in Choice's hands. If they don't heed my warning and they get away from what they've done so well in the first half, they're gonna mess around and give the game back to Mexico City here.
Well, I think they got to sustain a drive here that starts from their own 10 and gets up to the 25-yard line with Sims on the return. That's 2 long passing touchdowns in 2 consecutive plays.
Yeah, not shocking. It's a big reason why a lot of teams stay away from man-to-man and cover 2. It puts a lot of pressure on your cornerbacks and your safeties to try to make up for that space. And, when you've got gold receivers flying by you, not much you can do there.
Pressure in the face of Cantrell, but he gets it out to Choice, and Choice gets 3 yards. And I'll make that 2 yards. 52. Daniel Garcia on the tackle, his second or third tackle of the day. Garcia's been pretty good on that outside edge so far.
Yeah, and you would think it would be, Mexico City shifting to the cover 2s since they've had so much trouble stopping Choice in the run game. But Houston's done really well in the cover 3.
Pass out. Oh, he's got a man and he's got space. Past the 50, past the 40 to the 35. Cody Cantrell, I think that's his longest pass of the day as he hits Jamari Mito for a big gain.
Yeah, and here you see, I'm talking about cover 2, and now we see it. Both of these teams are getting burnt here by the cover 2.
That's a one-handed catch by Mito. That was impressive. And now Houston kind of towards field goal range. Under center with twin backs. Cantrell changes the play at the line. They give to Choice. Choice breaks through the first level and gets 6 yards. He was brought down by Malcolm Smith. So let's talk some scenarios here. If Houston kicks 3, they're up 26-21. And a touchdown would still be enough for Mexico City. If they score a touchdown here, as Cantrell swings it out to Choice spin move, did not get the first down. He was cut down short of it by Jack Brown. And it's going to be 3rd down and short. The last time they had 3rd down and short, Choice didn't get there. So.
Yeah, I think it's a little too soon to talk scenarios. The game's a little close, and we've got almost 9 minutes to go. Both of these teams have proven to be.
They're going to throw it on 3rd down, stretching to make the catch is Choice, and he will pick up 3 yards and a first down out to the 24-yard line. That was a gutsy call.
Yeah, it sounded like they listened to you there, Michael. They came out in a heavy run formation, and then they just put Choice out into the flats. It's really hard to stop him when it's one-on-one out there. So kudos to the defender there making that tackle.
1st down and 10, just shy of the 20-yard line of the 24. Offset eye behind Cantrell under center with two receivers. He goes over the middle. That pass is complete inside the SFL red zone to the 17-yard line. Jack Brown makes the tackle on Jamari Mito. 2nd down and 4. Hometown crowd getting loud here as they try to hold them to only 3 points. Mexico City stacking the box. They go with the run, and Choices going backwards. Big push by the offensive line and a big tackle made by Daniel Garcia. The non-contract has 2 tackles on this drive, 2 very important tackles.
Yeah, I still think that was the right play call by Houston. You got to get the clock moving. You want to keep the ball out of Mexico City's hands for as much as possible.
3rd down and 7. Passing situation here from just shy of the 20-yard line. Cantrell over the middle. That pass is caught inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Sims makes a great catch and saves what looked to be a hopeless situation there for Houston.
As well as Choice, the kind of ball game that Choice has had, Sim has made, quite a compelling argument here that, he may be in the running for MVP. He's had a great game as well.
First and goal from the 5. Swing out. Choi, that's Choice's backup. Oh, Mark Pittman makes the touchdown catch, and Houston goes up 2 scores.
Breaking a linebacker's tackle. Interesting.
Fantasy owners are not happy right now.
Yeah, Frederick Alonso, number 59 for Mexico City, got out into the flats. Great coverage there, but went for the arm tackle, and Mark Pittman, the non-contract running back, shaking it off, getting in for 6. And, I mean, if you're Mexico City, you're kind of sweating now. It could be a 9-point game here.
And the kick is up and through. It is a 9-point game. 30-21. Still time left on the clock. 6 minutes and 39 seconds to go, 4th quarter. This has been a great game to cast. First playoff game of a quadruple header of quarterfinals here today on the SFL Network on YouTube.
Hashtag backups matter.
Backups do matter. We've seen them make big plays for all teams all season long.
I think Mexico City, if any team is primed to be down 9 points with 6.5 minutes to go, I think Mexico City is one of the more capable teams at coming back from the deficit with this amount of time left. So, I mean, very much still in the game here.
We've seen them have 2 drives of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you could put up 14 points in, 30 seconds, as you said, that's insane. And so we'll see what they decide to do here. I hope they keep chucking it, to be honest.
Wilson under center on first down from their own 33-yard line. They'll give it to Bentley, and Bentley is trucked after a gain of 2. Big tackle there by 56. He's not on my score sheet.
Believe he is Darren Bowles, number 56. He's a bronze contract for Houston.
Oh, okay. Yes, so he is. He is on my score sheet. I just did not read it well. Second down, and Bentley again, and Bentley in a swarm of white jerseys again. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Mexico City, I love Ray Bentley as much as you do, but I think you're making a mistake here. You got to go to the air. You got to put the ball in the Bronze Bombers' hands. You got to start chucking it here. You can't wait till 3rd down to start winging the ball.
3rd down and 3. Only 4 down linemen. They're going to give it to Bentley again, and he falls forward and picks up a first down pass to 40 to the 43. Talk about gutsy calls. That was one right there.
Yeah, the clock's ticking here. We've almost burnt, we're over a minute on this drive so far. We've got just around 5 minutes to go heading in to the end of the 4th quarter here. Mexico City, they're going to have to start doing something dramatic. They can't wait. They can't burn clock and then rely on an onside kick here. They've really got to put up points quick and have a great defensive round.
Wilson swings it out to Bentley, and Bentley stays in bounds just shy of the 50-yard line up to the 49, and here comes that up-tempo offense. Last time we saw it on the field was at the end of the first half, and Matt Wilson threw a pick. Here's Wilson, a deep drop on 2nd down and short. He throws it down the middle of the field, and that pass is caught by Montague. 10-5, touchdown Mexico City. The big play strikes again. 4 touchdowns for Mexico City, all of them over 30 yards.
So if you're keeping track, boys and girls, that is the 3rd cover 2 touchdown we've seen here in the second half. It looked to be man-to-man there, number 27.
Blake
Chance. Maybe that was cover 3. Maybe the safety.
Blake Chance, he got too far ahead of the receiver. It looked like he anticipated the route and got it wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was cover 2 or cover 3 because it looked like Chance was out of position either way. That's a bronze safety chasing.
He thought that route was going to go more towards the corner. As Varner almost had that blocked, but it is up and good. It's a 2-point ball game with 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. This is the SFL playoffs on YouTube, and if all the games today are like this one, I'm going to be a happy football fan.
Yeah, either way, it's a lot of pressure. You got a bronze safety chasing down a speedy silver Montague, and either way, that's a tough position.
Sims from his own goal line takes the ball, has blockers in front of him, gets to the 25, and is down right there. Now, if you're Houston, what do you do on offense? Do you try to milk more clock, or do you try to go for points to try and put this one away?
Well, I think the answer is both. I think you run the ball, and then if you get the third down and you got to throw it to pick up the first down, I think you do it. But, I think you go to the guy who's been just slaying it for you all game long in Choice. So,
I formation. Looks like it's going to be a power run, and it is going to be a power run with Choice, but Choice is cut down right at the line of scrimmage from the backside. Great pursuit there by Brown.
Yeah, Mexico City really shored up the run defense here. And I don't know what they've done here because of the camera angles of the broadcast. It's a little hard to see, but they've really made some big plays here, and they're not allowing Choice to break a lot of tackles here in the second half.
Another run-heavy set on second down and 10. Clock ticks down to 4 minutes to go. Choice on the draw, hands it off, gets the ball, and he gets a first down by breaking 2 tackles. Did you expect any less from him today? What a run.
Yeah, that run there puts Choice over 200 yards on the day here.
Watch this.
Huge blocks.
Spin move.
The key on that play isn't so much Choice, but I counted 3 offensive linemen that were just as far downfield as Choice were, and they were all gainfully employed picking up blockers in the second level there. So good job by the O-line.
It's not just a running back to make a successful running offense. You've got to have the linemen out there to block, and the receivers got to be in it too. Choice this time gets wrapped up as the corners came bringing the heat. And the tackle was made by Malcolm Smith. Both corners flew in. That's what happens when you sell out to the run, though. You allow yourself to be, run blitzed on basically every play. Heavy set again on second down and 11. This time, the Mexico City defense spreads it out a little bit, but still shows pressure. Clock ticks down, 2:55 to go. Choice cut down in the backfield again. That's another great tackle for Mauricio Zita. His second big tackle of the day. That one huge because it forces third down and long.
Yeah, I think the formations Houston are coming out in really favor the Mexico City defense. They're coming out in these jumbo sets, really packing the field.
But now you got to throw. You got to try and get that first down because Mexico City's been turning on the heat on offense. They're only down 2. But they give it to Choice, and Choice goes nowhere. Big pursuit to the ball and a tackle by Alan Romero. And they're going to have to give the ball back to Mexico City. Just over 2 minutes to play. Well, they're going to let this one run down to the 2-minute warning, I'm pretty sure. 2 minutes to play, and Mexico City's going to have a chance to win the ball game.
Yeah.
We have reached the 2-minute warning and a crazy back-and-forth football game. Mexico City 28. Houston trying to hang on for the upset there, have 30. This is the SFL playoffs on YouTube. Stay with us. The last 2 minutes are going to be insane.
Okay, so hear me out here. I don't like the way they handled their play calling here on this last drive from Houston, but I like that they're saying, you know what, we've got one of the best defenses in the league statistically. They've played pretty well all game, barring a few plays, that were kind of here out of control, towards the second half of the game. So my mindset, if I'm Houston, is I trust my defense. We need to not let them throw the ball over top of us, and we just got to bunker down, and we got to go back to what we were doing in the first half, shutting these guys down.
Once again, as the graphic said, this is the first playoff game in Mexico City history. All their other playoff games came when they were the Santa Fe Gorillas. Wilson, deep drop, plenty of time to throw, throws out to the sideline, and that pass is going to be hauled in by 13. Dijon Swan, he's made 3 catches so far today. Houston knows a whole lot about collapses in the playoffs. Last year in the semifinals against Alaska, oh man, that game will live in infamy. That pass is complete. A flag on the play, though, as another catch by Swan out inside the 30-yard line. And let's see what the penalty is. And it's against the Hyenas, a late hit. That's a big 15 yards because now they're in field goal range.
Yeah, it looked like Chance coming in with a target.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no targeting in the SFL, but if there was, that might have been one.
Yeah, I don't know. He was already going down. I think a simple tag there does it, but yeah, getting called with the late hit here, and that's definitely not what you need.
So now, inside the 25-yard line as Wilson goes down.
I actually think that's acceptable. If you're Mexico City here, a minute 30 to go, a field goal puts you up by 1. I mean, you just want the clock to move here. So I think that's okay. Houston's going to have to start burning some timeouts.
All right, 1:22 to go. Clock still running. Wilson to Bentley, who runs over a defender, but then only gets 1 yard as 99 Elvis Cooper made the stop.
Lynn Ramos, I believe you're correct in saying Bentley won't fumble twice. Again, the one fumble he's had all year came in the first half of this game. I highly doubt he fumbles twice in one game.
53 seconds, now under a minute. Wilson looking long, looking for the end zone. Wide open touchdown. Richard Montague.
Wow.
Mexico City takes their first lead of the ball game. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable play calling by Ramos here to call. I don't even know if this
I have
was
not
blown
seen
coverage.
a man that wide open in the end zone all season.
I'm speechless. I don't. There's a lot of time left on the clock for Houston, but man, have they really come unfolded. That's 3 receiving touchdowns for Montague here in the second half.
That's the easiest catch he'll make all year.
Yeah, I don't think Richard Montague drops a pass when he's the only one within a 10-yard radius. I just don't see that happening. But
Varner puts the extra point up and through. 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Mexico 35, Houston 30. Mexico's first lead of the ball game.
What a play call, though. Like, to be honest, I honestly thought they'd milk the clock and kick the field goal. They have a bronze kicker. The guy's been phenomenal all season long. Why even take the chance? But then you take the chance, and now you make it to where Houston has to score a touchdown in 40 seconds. So
well, Houston brings it out to the 27-yard line. And here we go. Is Houston set for another heartbreaker in the playoffs?
Well, their offense is really grinded to a stop here in the second half. I mean, other than Choice busting off a big run, they really haven't done too much here in the second half.
3 receivers to the far side. Cantrell stands in the pocket, looks to the near side, down the sideline. That pass is caught. Running free to the house. Put it on the board. Jabari Mito.
Oh, my goodness.
What is this game?
Oh, my goodness. I don't know what else to say.
That's just what is the corner doing right there?
That's what that's what cover 2 looks like. That's what happens. If they catch it over top, you're in trouble.
Don't even know.
Yeah. Whew.
Now Houston looks to go up 2 points with 32 seconds left on the clock. Before that pass, I was getting set to compare this game to a game that we called, I think, 4 weeks ago, where Atlanta, they're going for 2. They got the 2. Straight up the middle with choice. And it's a 3-point game.
This is insane, to be honest. The play calling here, legendary on both sides, and on the defensive side, I'm not talking legendary in a good way. These have been legendary fails. Both teams playing heavy cover 3 in the first half, shutting each other down, right? And then they come out in the second half, and we've seen pretty much nothing but cover 2, and it's killed both teams, back and forth. So I don't know.
I did make a mistake. Thank you, Cam, for catching it. That was not a corner that blew that coverage on the touchdown. That was Zamora, the safety.
Yeah, it was a cover 2 formation. Both safeties dropped back.
Be honest.
Yeah. Well, I kept you honest too. I called it a cover 2. I just didn't correct. I just let it go. I'm just kind of
letting it go for me calling the wrong player's name. All right, Wilson. Now down 3, 28 seconds to go from their own 32-yard line. Throws to the near sideline. That pass is caught, but here it stays in bounds. 23 seconds left, and Mexico City calls their first timeout. He could not get out of bounds. I couldn't see the defender there that dragged him back toward the center of the field. What a heads-up play.
So 23 seconds to go, 2 timeouts for Mexico City. They only need to move the ball about 20 to 25 yards to be in field goal range for their contract kicker. So there's plenty of time left, and they don't have to go that far to make it a field goal opportunity for their kicker.
All right, Wilson throws short to Bentley. Bentley running over people to the 50. Did he get out of bounds? No, they have to burn their second timeout, but Bentley, what a run, broke 3 tackles out to the Houston 46-yard line, rather. Let's see. Great block, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles.
That's filthy.
Putting the team on his back. But I was about to compare this game to the game we called a couple weeks ago in Queen City, where Queen City trailed for the entire game, got a touchdown with 30 seconds to go, and then won the game.
Yeah. They can throw the ball across the middle, go no huddle, throw again, or they can get a first down here, and that puts them in field goal range.
Now, this game is looking more like that pass is caught! Outside, now inside the 30. Clock is running 10, 9, 8, 7.
Yep, they're going to stop the clock.
They're going to stop the clock with 1 second to go. They stop it with 3 seconds to go. And here we go. Cole Varner.
This is what you pay him for.
He won them the game last week, and therefore the first seed for this game.
We're really
in this spot, and he can pick up the slack and send this one to overtime. James, I've been cutting you off for like 5 seconds. Go ahead.
We're just both insanely excited here. This is arguably the best game we've had. No, I'm going to say our pairing, yes, this is the best game we've had all year.
Like before that, it was, the Queen City game that I mentioned.
It all comes down to this, Michael.
It all comes down to this. It's going to be about a 48-yard field goal?
Yeah, something like that.
Varner from 48 out. The snap. The hold. The kick is all the way, and it is good. Wow. It's right down Main Street, and we are going to overtime in Estadio Azteca.
What a game everybody's been treated with. This stadium, nobody left early. The stands are still full. They're being treated to a marvelous game. Everybody watching on YouTube, you're being treated to probably the most exciting game we've had all season. The most riding on the line. Both these teams, it's win or go home. Yeah, this validates everything Mexico City has said. Both Mexico City and Alaska both say, hey, the kicker's worth it. This shows you why the kicker's worth it. But hats off to the bronze bomber. He's played clutch. He's a bronze quarterback. He's really came in clutch here down the stretch to even get Mexico City in a position that they could kick that field goal. And here we are going into overtime. I can't wait.
This is my first overtime on a cast that I have got to call. Remind me what the overtime rules are in the SFL, because I don't know them.
First team
That
to
is
score
bad,
wins.
bad caster, but I don't know the first team to score. All right.
Yep.
Well, Houston has the ball first, so they have the advantage. They get out to the 22-yard line with Sims.
Yeah, the one thing Mexico City has going in for them, they've played really good defense here. A lot of Houston's points came in the first half. Mexico City kind of shorted up a little bit. They've allowed Choice to do what he's wanted, but I mean, the last couple drives, they kind of shut him down. Other than that, those swing passes. But yeah, this is great football.
3 receivers near side on first down. First play of overtime. Cantrell stands in the pocket, throws over the middle. That pass is picked off. It's coming back the other way to the 30, and down inside the 30-yard line is
My stomach hurts.
Pablo Zamora. He got burned on the touchdown for the go-ahead score for Houston with 30 seconds to go, and he redeems himself with a pick now to set up Mexico City. Now the question is, do they run plays or do they just kick?
I think you just run dives. You just run the ball, with your Ray Bentley stud, and get a few more yards, and just punch the ball in with your star kicker.
Everybody in chat, do this for me. Whereas the Bentley gets the ball and gets no yards on first down. Everybody in chat, get one person that you know into this game right now. They deserve to see the ending of this amazing game. Houston came out hot, shut Mexico down in the first half. They got out to a big lead. Then Mexico City came all the way back as Bentley gets the ball again, dives forward for about 2 yards. It'll be third down.
This is, if you're Houston, you got to be looking at, Cody Cantrell. That's 3 picks on the day for Cantrell. Again, why turn away from Choice? He's been killing it all day long, and you put Cantrell in a high pressure situation.
Third down and 8 from the 25-yard line. Wilson to throw. Wilson under pressure. He throws to the corner. Caught at the 10-yard line.
They're going for. They're going for a touchdown here. They said.
Goodness. K.L. Barrett with the biggest catch of the ball game. He hauls in a beauty and taps the toes right at the 10. Aaron Arrington was in coverage. I told you before the game that I was going to lose my voice later in this game, and it has almost happened.
Well, we've had some worthy situations here, and now they're going for the field goal. Okay.
For the win. Cole Varner to send his team to the conference finals. And it's good! He hit it! Mexico City comes from all the way down to win 41-38. Oh, wow.
What a ball game.
And your heart breaks for Houston as we head to the post-game show.
Michael, I think this game right here, if Mexico City goes on to win the championship, you got to look back at this game, and hats off to Matt Wilson. You're, just getting them back into this insane ball game.
That is one of the best football games I've ever seen. That is amazing. Trying to put this game into a couple of sentences is impossible. I'm sure that we're going to talk about this game for the rest of the offseason as a pivotal moment if Mexico City goes on to the championship game or farther. But they host next week another game back in Estadio Azteca. They host the winner of Vancouver, Alaska. But we've got to end. We've got to bring this one to a close as the post-game show is winding down here. You see the stats scrolling across your screen, the highlights of an insane game. But it's got to end. This has been an amazing season for me. I've got to personally thank everybody at the SFL, Cam, Andy, everybody in the front office for letting me call games this season. James, it's been great working with you this year. I hope to be back next season. But stick around for the other 3 games of this quadruple header today. It's going to be an amazing day of football. All the other broadcasters do an amazing job, and they're going to give all the games their best. But for James Richards and the entirety of our crew here at Estadio Azteca, my name is Michael Truilo. For me, I'll see you next season. But for everybody else, see you next time.